Good stuff. Hey guys, happy Monday. So Jackie and I were planning tonight's Zoom earlier today. And obviously we're gonna have Thanksgiving this week. We're going to have early auto ships this week, which I know she touched on some of that. If you guys have not seen, they announced that our Black Friday sales will go on sale, what was it, 1 a.m. on Friday. So that's super exciting. It was on the Lavelle, like on the main Lavelle page, and it came up as an event. So just be watching because, sometimes people don't get those emails. So make sure you're following up and don't be afraid to message people on Black Friday. They're expecting sales and deals, and that's exactly when, they're used to that kind of stuff, right? So don't be afraid to follow up with everyone. And I can tell you, in the past, I don't know what they're going to do, but I always root for like the tag team or something along those lines, or buy two, get one free or something along that, because it just seems like, especially this time of the year, I think we tend to see those kind of deals happen a lot more. And if and I think that, I don't know, like, I just feel like there might be something different coming that we're not quite expecting as well. I don't know how many of you guys get different emails from different companies or anything like that you have previously been customers with, like to Sport Friends, but I've been getting a bazillion of them. We were actually talking about that earlier tonight. I have several friends in direct sales, and man, the emails are popping, right? So I've seen like lots of people have been pushing over the last couple months. And I mean, like, eggs are like, I don't know how much they are where you guys are, but they're like $5-6 a thing right now. So I was like, holy crap. Like, I switched to a diesel truck, like my Jeep is a diesel, and it's like $6 a gallon. So I was like, oh my, but my gas mile, like the fuel mileage, is really awesome, so it actually lasts me all week, even with really long trips to pick my kid up. With that said, Jackie said something earlier, and I definitely know she's going to touch on this later, you guys. But over the holidays, as we are kind of going in, I do not want anybody to think or allow yourself to let your heads go into a negative headspace when it comes to maybe your business doesn't have like huge explosions or something, right? But it can, because I want you to get focused on creating really good habits. And that's something we were talking about for tonight. During some of the holiday seasons have been some of my biggest growth times, you guys. And like going into the new year, it's the time that you're getting people on list, people that want to get started for the new year's. It's the time that you're getting your follow-up going. It's the time that people decide that they want to pay off their credit card. So they're like, hey, like, I think I want to jump into this business and, get a head start with it. It's also something, depending on what you are actually targeting, VIP bonuses, you guys. It's a really quick way for people to get that cash in their hands on Tuesday. So, that key of duplication. So if you have like a terrible duplication process right now, every single new person that you get started, get them in a chat with somebody that actually has had experience with VIPs. And I promise you, it is going to change your business. Helping somebody thrive for free, get them in a conversation with somebody that has done it before. They can walk you through it. Or if you're, you don't want to jump right into a chat and whatever, you absolutely can just screenshot and send a message over, like asking somebody in your upline or sideline. It does not. Some of you guys don't have a lot of uplines. It's okay. Know that this season is when you literally want to take like the bull by the horn and just run with things. You want to make sure that if you have bad habits, that, first off, if you're not doing like any kind of personal, and listen, you can over personally develop. Okay. I do want to say that you can like over personally develop. But if you are not like saying, okay, I'm not even posting about the product, I'm not talking to people about the product, because you don't necessarily have to post, but if you aren't talking to people about the product, or you're not talking to people about the opportunity, every single day in some way, shape, or form, well, here's the thing. If this is your business or this is your job, then what are you doing? Okay. Like, I know that like sounds like harsh, but I don't want you guys to think that you're going to grow a business without being intentional. Okay. So you have to be intentional with your actions. And that means growing your network. Are you currently growing your network? And Brock Johnson, I don't know if you guys were on that training last week, but if you were not, get it watched immediately. Okay. Immediately. Not only for the sake of reels, but for the sake of marketing. Okay. For the sake of marketing, because it comes down to every single one of your posts. It comes down to having a hook and a CTA, like literally everything that you do. Okay. Because if you don't tell people to react, if you don't tell people what to do, they're not going to do it. Period. They're not. And I don't want to go too far off things, but one of the biggest takeaways that I had, well, actually two of the biggest takeaways I had. I have been in this industry for 10 years and I have struggled to narrow down my niche. Struggled to narrow down my niche because I am somebody that wants to help everyone. I finally realized what's Amanda most passionate about. I love encouraging, inspiring other moms. Okay. That's like, obviously, that's obvious. You're going to get that from me. I love leadership tips. My God, I could go all day long about leadership tips. Okay. Love it. Like, I love it. And social media tips, like all day long. I could literally write a freaking book about it. I mean, I have a chapter in a book about it, but I literally could go on about it. So that's where my social media is going to be going. So over the month of December, during the, the gift of growth, you guys, I'm super pumped about that, by the way. I am going to be remaking and really, like, I already started the process of making over my social media accounts. But I want to attract what I want to join me. And truthfully, that's exactly who I want to target. So I'm going to be zoning in, and those are going to be my focus areas. And it's taken me that long. So that was one of them, right? And then the other thing that he said, I don't know. I just lost it whenever I said about the niche. But it was something else too, and it's going to come back to me. Jackie, I'm going to let you talk for a second because I know that you had something that you wanted to bring to the.
You know what? I'm going to actually stay on that topic for a second with the whole niches and stuff because it's a hot topic, you guys, and it's really like completely transparent. I don't even know what the hell my niche is. I know what I like as a person, and I just wanted to like be transparent and talk about that because I feel like when a lot of people hear about niches and stuff, they're like, well, I have no idea, right? And that's okay. You're eventually going to figure it out. But as people, as humans, you guys are on here, you know what you do love, right? You do know the things that you love. And the biggest thing, and I get this in my inbox, I've had conversations about this before, is how do I make reels about health and wellness when that's not really like all I'm really here for kind of thing, or just kind of like people having a block between like health, wellness, and like being this like let me promote all these healthy things, but I'm not allowed to have like some of these other things. And they kind of feel like, well, like kind of like there's a block, right? Like, how can you promote some of these things, but you do enjoy like going out sometimes on the weekends. You do enjoy having a cupcake. You do enjoy like some of these things. And honestly, when it comes to these things and niching it for health and wellness, you guys, just don't, if you are passionate about health and wellness and you want to use that as part of your niche, do it. But your niche should really be about you and who you're attracting, right? Like
I'm really glad you said that because I want to tell you guys something. My first business, or my first time when I started my social media account, I'm just going to tell you, it was handle, it works, Amanda Arnett. Okay. I literally had my business name. right in my tag, everything. And my entire branding was around my company. And that was a terrible mistake. It
Dude,
was.
I
Huh?
love I love that you're talking about this too, because I'm going to give you guys another tip after this, like exactly what you're saying. A lot of people are still doing this, like the just posting their Thrive link, which is great. But if you guys want to kick it up a notch and like stir some curiosity, like if you want people to click on your link, they need to be able to be curious, like what am I going to see when I hop on this link? If they just see your link as, amandaarnett.lavelle.com, they know what you're doing, right? But if you had something like mine is a beacons, I know the other ones out there like M-Shake, there's Linktree, there's some of those things, right? When they click that, they're gonna look and see what you're doing, right? Like that is huge for getting clicks. If you're kind of like you're kind of giving it up on the first night if you just like have your link in there, like, yes, be a proud thriver, right? That's important. Like if you stick that in your bio somewhere, great. But if your link is just up there and it's only your link and there's nothing else to you, like they're not going to just click on it unless they're like just focused on buying, right? So exactly what you're saying, you're just branded around your company. Like, I mean, don't get me wrong, loud, but like
Yeah.
I bargain every day, right? But
Right. Well, and that's where I want to make sure that I'm very clear when I say, you guys, you literally, if you're wearing your DFT, if you're popping your capsules and you're doing those things in your videos, or you have it there, you have, Thriving, or you're on a getaway, and like, obviously one of the big things for you, Jackie, is definitely travel, period. Okay. Travel. And like, that is like a huge thing for you, right? So, but like literally, that is something that I want you guys to understand that you can incorporate without having to be a sales ad. Okay. So like a healthy, like whatever your niche is, and Brock was telling people on that Zoom the other night, narrow it down more. Like you can't just say moms. Okay. Like for me, when I say I'm encouraging and inspiring moms, all right, well, it's kind of targeted. I'm encouraging and inspiring moms and empowering moms to be able to do whatever the hell they want, like to not lose themselves, to be able to go out and accomplish big goals, right? So like that's kind of like the area that I'm targeting in. And it's because I am a busy mom. And I once upon a time was like, do I target nurses? Do I target this? Do I target that? Do I target because of my weight loss? Like I was like overthinking it. All right. And then I realized most of my content is literally me being a mom or me thriving or me like, and I have held back, and I'm going to tell you why I held back on sharing leadership and social media tips. Imposter syndrome. Imposter syndrome. I am well overqualified to share. I have spent so much in trainings. I have gone to so many trainings. I have invested in it. I have walked the road. Okay. I have stood on that stage as a top earner. I've stood up there as one of the fastest growing people in the company. I have literally taught social media to our entire company. 2 people. And Liz taught it in 2019 or 2018, 19. I don't even know what year it was, 19. And so I definitely am qualified for it, right? Why don't I share it? Because literally I second guess myself for everything. And I think a lot of us do. And I want you guys to start believing in yourselves and the things that you have to bring to the table, because each of you have something to bring to the table that you are amazing at. Maybe you love to cook and you throw in recipes. Maybe you are somebody that is incredibly like do it yourselfers. Like we need you. Okay. I need you because I suck at that stuff. Maybe you are like a really good person at cleaning your house and organizing stuff. Like I need you in my life. Okay. So like people need people like that. And maybe you're really good with like true crime and you like are very invested in that stuff. So I think that that is something that people really like over the next month and a half, like really think about it. And it's going to help you focus on your content. And then while you're focusing on your content that you yourself are putting out, put that in who you are targeting, right? Like go and follow people that like that kind of stuff. Go and follow and interact and add people that are into that same stuff that you are literally posting about. Because you can literally go to hashtags and then look in the comments, follow those people. Okay. Look in the comments and follow those people that liked and commented, and especially the people that commented, because those are interactors, right? Those are people that are also going to interact, but go check out their pages, make sure they're legit. And personally, I like smaller accounts. I like people that have like between that $500 to $3,000 or 500 to 3,000 follower range, because they're active and they're commenting and they're showing love and likes. And that is just something really big, like on Instagram, right? And the same thing for TikTok. I like the people that are very active. They don't even have to have a ton of people following them at all. Twin, for example, when she first started on Instagram, she didn't have a crap ton of followers. But man, she was bumping. And it proved that you don't have to. And you guys, for goodness sakes, let me tell you a lesson that I learned many years ago. I have literally had bots that were featuring on my Instagram for years. Okay. I literally did a cleaner a couple months ago because I said I wanted anything and everything gone. Because I like was stupid many years ago, and it like literally killed my algorithm to where I didn't even want to post on Instagram because I felt like, oh my gosh, I'm going to get spammed. So I was like, I found this app and I can't even tell you what it is now. But it cleaned up a lot of that. It cleaned up a lot of those things. And so everything now is organic, and that's why I'm super pumped about it. And I'm willing to start utilizing it again. But I'm actually I planned to really focus my content mostly on TikTok for a hot minute. That is going to be my main focus. And then just because it's growing so rapidly right now, you pick where you want to focus at mainly. But TikTok's going to be my main thing. So you're not going to see a whole bunch of adjustments on my Instagram or my Facebook, but that's where you're going to see my major content shifts. You'll see it in reels and stuff like that. So I'm going to obviously repurpose my content and also repurpose it to YouTube shorts. So if you are doing reels, go ahead and throw it into YouTube shorts. Why not? Right? Why not? People are going to find it through search engine optimization and so forth. And then also, I don't know if you guys paid attention to the color psychology, but it totally is big. It is big. I'm sorry, it is. It kind of leads you in whether or not you're going to feel comfortable reaching out to somebody sometimes. And sometimes you don't even think about that, but I want you to just think about this for a second.
You know what I noticed? I just want to add something with the color psychology. Why is there no pink? Because I was like looking at it like, well, what does pink do? Because I mean, I myself, I love the color, right? It's on a lot of my reels and stuff. I've been using it. And I know a lot of other people do. So I'm like, what does pink do? It didn't tell us. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So I will tell you that if you guys dig even deeper, you'll find like the kind of personality you have if you're a musician or a magician or a creator or like your different type of thing, a warrior. I don't know. I'm not going to get into this too much because I could go on and on and on about it, about the psychology behind like the kind of creator that you are and so forth, and like the kind of content that you want to put out. But I will tell you, it is a softness, Jackie. It's more of a the pinks are more of a soft and love and elegance and yeah. And
good, because I need that. Like you see me, I'm dressed like a boy right now. So I definitely need that. So I'm gonna keep on rocking with the pink.
yeah. And I overthought it because like the colors I love and I'm drawn to be honest with you guys, is normally black and white. and then purple and like a teal color. And I overthought it way too much. I overthought it too much. I said, you know what? No, I'm sticking to it because I actually do like what they represent. And they do kind of fit me and I'm good to go with it, right? Because I am bold and I am somebody that is straight to the point a lot of the times. And I'm kind of like a you see what you get kind of girl. But also I'll let you guys do some homework on that. And I'll go and I'll make a great, I think actually Kaylee made a great big post on the Dream Team page about all the notes from Brock. So you guys can go take a look at those. Also, or go and do that training because over the month of December, right, we're going to do that growth gift of growth Zooms. So every single day, as you guys saw, I know Angela's on one night, Twins on one night, Chastity Marie's on one night, Steph Grachek's on one night, obviously Courtney Glazer's on one night, Lindsay Cog. I mean, all these people, Blair Creech, I couldn't say your name right. All these people, the Tidwells, you guys, I did the Tidwells Zoom. Oh my gosh. I did it before they were 200Ks and I was sitting on my back porch and I will never forget it. It was such a pivotal thing for me. And then to watch them grow in this, like, it's just amazing. Okay. It's amazing to watch sidelines that have reached out to me explode in this industry and in this business over the last few years and become the kind of leaders that they are. They all bring so much to the table, right? And I believe Jason Stewart is starting out the month on the 1st, right? So you guys, these are some familiar faces that a lot of you guys have seen in leadership Zooms before. A lot of you guys have seen and heard it over calls. And I promise you, every single one of them is going to bring something different to the table, right? So if you have some favorites, maybe put them off to the side and say, okay, these are the ones I'm going to get on this week. You don't have to get on every single night. Catch the recordings, and Jackie just told me this awesome trick today, and I'm going to pass it on to you guys, that if you have YouTube Premium, you can actually fast forward.
You know what? You might even be able to do it on regular too. I'm not sure.
I do have premium, so I'm not sure. I have like the premium Zoom too. So like I'm always like
You
yeah,
can.
I have never done it. I did not know you could fast forward and like speed up. And Jackie was like, I don't know if you can pay attention if they talk fast. I'm like, Jackie, I talk fast. I'm like, yeah, I totally catch it whenever that happens. But I listen and I catch on very quickly. So like if you want to listen to a Zoom quicker, that's a great way to do it, guys. But Jackie really wanted to kind of talk about some of the habits and outcomes. So I'm going to let you go into that a little bit for a minute.
Yeah, we should shift gears because we were not going to talk about social media today, you guys. That was not the plan. But I mean, really important stuff with just the whole like niching thing. And I mean, that Brock Johnson thing, we're still talking about it now. It was so good, right? Anyways, so a couple things. If you guys were on last night's Sunday night call, like at the very end, I was like, oh yeah, guys, oh my God. I was like, we will probably have auto ships run early because of Thanksgiving. And guess what? They announced it today. So auto ships are running a little bit early, right? So literally tomorrow night is when it runs. Okay. So don't get confused because it does get confusing, right? They're saying on the email, it's running on the 23rd. And right now it's just the 21st, but technically it's the 22nd at night that it runs. Okay. So make note of it now, right? If you guys have teams and stuff, remind them now, especially tomorrow morning, auto ships are running tonight, right? Not right now, but remind your team in the morning, right? That it's running. Basically Tuesday night is when it's going to run. Reason why Lavelle does this is because they know it's going to be Black Friday. Their offices are going to be closed because obviously like they're all humans too. It's Thanksgiving for them as well. So they run it a day early so it doesn't mess up anybody's like auto ship and when they're getting their deliveries and stuff. So anyways, there's that. And then also you guys, because we do have a holiday week, it's literally the holiday, like starting this week, you guys maybe have early Thanksgiving celebrations and stuff like that. I'm going to just encourage you guys to act like it's month end right now, right? Literally like it's month end right now, because you're going to lose a good 3 days. Like, right. You're going to lose probably Wednesday, like, I mean, maybe even more, however many things you guys are going to, if you guys are going to functions, whether that be with family or friends or whatever, there's going to be a lot of distractions, right? And you know, I don't want to call it distractions. You guys, it's going to be a time where you guys are going to be like connecting with family and stuff. And you guys will be, and yes, like Michelle is literally saying right now, it's a big month end, you guys. It is a very, very big month end. Not only do we have Thanksgiving and we're going to be busy with our families and doing some of these things, it's a great opportunity for you guys to be thriving loud and proud, right? Getting out there belly to belly, closing up momentum bonus. We have Black Friday coming. So literally just a couple days away, you guys. We don't know what it's going to be. If it ends up being a tag team BOGO, that is going to get you guys closer to closer to helping people thrive for free, right? If there happens to be, and you guys, like I'm up here in Canada, we don't actually have Thanksgiving up here during this time, right? But whatever happens, if there is a promo that happens, you guys have my word, I will go live in the Dream Team page to walk you guys through whatever promo happens. Okay. I will do that because there are certain strategies and stuff that I do that I push during BOGO. I've always done it across my team. It's helped them greatly. I get you guys to think bigger picture, right? Don't just tag a promoter on your team. You and your promoter go tag 2 brand new customers, right? Bring new stuff into your organization if that happens to happen, right? Just kind of prepping you guys up for that. Literally it's like having a coach, right? You guys are on a team and it's like having a coach. But yeah, so those are all things that we're going to be like looking towards. And you guys, I work this business on this, like, I mean, it's my full-time thing, but I'm working it in the nooks and crannies of my day, right? I'm literally just as busy, if not busier than a lot of people, right? So these are just things like if I could make time to hop on for however long and like teach you guys how to do this, right? Take that, right? It's literally free. Like it's something that I'm giving to you guys for free, these like strategies and stuff. Like use it. Like once you get the hang of it, you start like doing these things. Once you sign up one customer this way, and start like pushing those promos out the way that like I'm teaching it, you guys will get the hang of it and it's gonna like pay you long term, right? It's gonna build like sustainability in your teams and stuff. I see Kaylee unmuted.
Listen, I don't know. Kaylee,
it was an accident. Sorry, girls.
You're like, did you want to say something, Kaylee? You're always
I mean,
welcome,
I'll add in
my dear.
anytime. I could talk forever.
I just love her. You guys, listen, I do want to say something. I want you guys to know this, all right? I have always worked. Okay, so I think a lot of people get hung up on their rank and they feel like they can't speak up. Okay, I want to tell you guys a little secret. From my very first business, I was not even what you would call the equivalent of a 4K here. And you would have thought that I was a 200K. Okay. I'm gonna tell you that because I basically taught everybody how to do everything on social media and would lead people. Like I would go learn something and then I turn around and teach it. And it's actually one of the number one leadership tips I give anybody, even if they leave my team and they go on and they're on a different journey later on in life. And they're like, you know, they're trying to grow or whatever. And they reach out and ask me something. I say, you know what my best advice is to you? Everything you've ever learned, go teach it to somebody else. Okay. Go teach it to somebody else. Go learn something that you're very weak on or that you want to grow on, and then go teach it to somebody else. And never feel that you aren't qualified to. All right. Because what you believe is what you're going to attract. And I want to encourage each one of you guys right now that, yes, we can say we want to be here or we want to be there, whatever. But you guys, rank is not a destination. I mean, it's a place to be. Yes. Okay. And then I think it was Katie Muntz that made a post today. And it said something along the lines of, oh crap, I'm not going to get this right. And I'm terrible at paraphrasing anything. It was something like rank doesn't equal leadership, equivalent. equivalent to it. And I want you guys to understand that, okay? Position and rank and none of that matters in what you have to bring to the table. And each and every single one of you guys can absolutely learn something. And could you imagine if every single person on this Zoom right now went and learned one thing and then came back and taught it to somebody? That would be very powerful. In fact, that's a challenge. I want each of you guys to go and find one thing that you want to get better on. And then I'm going to make a post sometime in this next week. And I want you to just share your tip about what you learned, about what you went and researched and found. Don't make it generic. Go make it something that actually helps like you grow, right? That's going to help your business, help you reach new people, help you find new followers, grow your interaction. Something that you learned about hashtags, something that you learned about search engine optimization, something that you learned about hooks or calls to actions or whatever it might be. I want you to go learn something that be your personal development, and then let's bring it together and let's all learn from each other. Okay. And that's what this gift of growth is, what I'm so excited about, is because through all of our experiences, each one of us have different experiences. You guys, do you want to know why I really don't pay much attention whenever people come and go in our organization? Because I wish well to everybody. Okay. And if they don't have passion, then it's time for them to move on. If they don't have passion about the product, they don't have passion about this business, they don't have passion about anything. Like, what happens if you stay in a marriage that you're miserable in? You get bitter, you get negative, and you get just like whatever, right? And I'm not talking about like you work, you fight. I'm not talking about you just run, right? Because I like stayed in a relationship for 20 years, like for goodness sakes. I'm not saying you don't give up on that crap. Like, you fight for your marriage, you fight for your business, you fight for the things that you believe in, right? You fight for your team, but you fight for the product, you fight for whatever, right? So I don't pay attention to much of that, but that's because of growth. That's because of the things I've gone through. And I know that people are better off where they're going to be passionate about and where they feel they need to be. But at the same time, I don't let it sway my belief in where I know I need to be and what I love and why I joined this. You guys, when I joined, I literally was about ready to throw out the towel in this industry. And these products changed me. They changed the trajectory of my health. They changed the trajectory of how I saw myself as a leader. The people within my team have held me through some of the hardest things I have gone through in my life. The company has blessed me and blessed so many others so much, and they're going to bless you more, right? We're on a 10-year company that is debt free, that is going to continue to grow, that has literally testimony after testimony after testimony. So I know that it can get, whatever distraction, but that is a growth of leadership. And that is something that a lot of you guys, it can be very hard to understand and very distracting. And I don't want to see any of you guys like get distracted or allow yourselves to kind of shift why you're here because of anybody else either. So like during the new year, just know that as we're unveiling things and as we're continuing to grow, I want to see each one of you guys bring something different to the table, and all of us coming together is going to be a beautiful thing. Attract the things that you want, like in yourself, right? Like, so you want to grow in a certain way, guess what? You're going to start attracting those people. When you start running the role as the leader, because that's who you are becoming, because you now believe that you deserve it, you're going to attract that to you. Okay. You're going to attract that to you. Repeat after me. I am going to attract what I am. So now it's time for you to elevate yourself and allow yourself to grow. Know that you are definitely worthy of it. And I know that can be definitely challenging because we each have our own insecurities, but I want you guys to know that, like, if I can do it, like, you can do it. I promise you. And I just think that I didn't know anything about social media at all. And yeah, now I feel I'm worthy of teaching it, sharing it, being in a book, writing about it. Why? Because I've done my homework. I've done the research. I've done proven fact, done it, right? And I think that I have the ability to, and listen, I'm not saying that in a cocky way. I'm saying it because I have put in the work. So now it's time for you to put in the work. And like Jackie said, she works in the nooks and crannies every day. You guys, I get up every day and I take my kids to school. If you're in my team chat, I say, I'm on my way taking Leah from school. And I'm going to send a post, an IPA thing as soon as I get back to the house, because chances are I took my freaking capsules right before I walked out the door and they didn't kick in until I'm driving. Right? Because that's just real life, Amanda. I don't want you guys to ever think that you have to be like this get up at 4 o'clock in the morning person. If you're not a 4 o'clock in the 4 in the morning person, that's fine. However, if you want it to work as a business, you got to put some time during the day to work your business. So creating those habits now is going to help you. Like for me, as soon as I get my kids to school, I get back home, I work. I don't answer messages, I work. For a solid, I get my content out, I get my personal development, I make my bed as soon as I walk in the door. And then I do. And I'll be honest with you, as soon as I walk in the door, I make my bed. Do you know why? Because I literally have to like cross that one thing off my list and I feel good about it. And I used to never do that, but I make my bed as soon as I walk back in the door from taking my kids to school. And then I sit down and I get focused and I do my work. And normally I'll put out things in the chats. I'll put out a PI list and I'll tell them, I'm like, listen, if you message me, I'm not going to message you back till I get some stuff on my list done. And everybody will tell you, I tell them that, because if I get into chats, I'll sit there and I'll bullshit. I'll get caught up and then I won't get anything done. So I try to wait to reply to messages, chats, stuff like that, especially if I see it's from somebody, and listen, I know that if they really need to message me, they're going to message me again if it's like super important, right? But otherwise, I know that I got to get some stuff done in my list. And so create those habits now. If your time is at night, mine used to be at night. It used to be at 9 p.m. to like 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. That was my major work time. But now that my kids are all in school, because that was when Leah was little, when Leah was like 2, 3 years old, that's when I was first starting in this. It was harder to work during the day. So now all my kids are in school. I work during the daytime hours. And then around the hours, like 2 o'clock on, I'm working in the nooks and the crannies. And that's how the rest of the day goes. So find those times during the day that you can dedicate some concentrated time for you to learn, for you to power through, and create some really good habits, and try not to focus on those immediate outcomes. Try not to focus on, oh, well, nobody signed with me right now. You are building your list. You are building your list. You are building your following. You are creating these habits that are going to help you explode. I know many of you have heard this. In my first business, our computer systems crashed. I kept on claiming I was going to be like a diamond, which was like the 12K rank. And there was this bonus attached to it, and I kept on falling short. Everybody started quitting. We couldn't even enroll customers. Our website was completely down. This was in the month of October. You guys, the month of November was my second highest month, and I came like $2,000 short of hitting that bonus. And then come January, when I went to our conference, the very next month, I hit that bonus. Then I hit the next bonus, and then I hit the next bonus. I earned like 50 grand in bonuses, like boom, boom, boom. Like, cause it was like a 10, 15, $25,000 bonus. And that was in my first company. Okay. Like literally it took me creating those habits and getting consistent with it, and not being focused on the immediate outcome, not being focused about who came, who quit, who, whatever. Right. And that was with me not even really getting any momentum started until November. Okay. Because people just kept on falling off. And it was also kind of like similar to Twin's story. I wasn't as focused on the duplication process. So once I turned that focus on, okay, this person's going to promote, this person's going to promote, this person's going to promote, let's get this VIP going, let's get that VIP going, it started rippling. And I can tell you, when Jamie Pekka and I came in this first year, I am very proud that we had 4 people from our team in that top 10 for the GOAT award that year. Okay. In 2018. Jamie was number 1. I was number 2. I think Twin was maybe number 10. I think Twin was number 10. She was definitely on it. And Jamie Tatrout was the other person that was on that. And she was my personally enrolled, I believe. Twin, I don't sure I doubt she's on because she's like over in her crew and like ours are totally whacked out different, right? But you guys, I want to see that. I mean, Angela, she's had so many people on her team. Jackie, I mean, obviously they're on your team too. You guys, do not ever think that you can't have that skyrocketing year and have that momentum and that growth and see your team up on that stage, because you absolutely can. In fact, I want to see, that is like my vision board. And like when Jackie went up on, listen, I bawled like a baby. I bawled like a baby whenever Jackie went up and Twin went up. And every single time I see people hit these massive goals or be in the magazine, like I've had my time up there. Like I want to see my team up there. That's where I want to see my team up there. But also I kind of like want to be up there again because I want to be like, fuck you bitches, I still got it. I'm just joking. I love you guys. I love you guys. But seriously, I do. I still have it, right? And I know I do. But I let a lot of negative self-talk get into my brain. And I know that a lot of you guys do the same, but you have to believe in yourself. That's right, Katie. That's exactly right. I'm going to be next to you, right? We're going to celebrate. And that's what I want you guys to believe, is that each one of you guys deserve anything you're willing to work for. I'm not going to tell you deserve to be there if you're not going to work for it. All right. I'm going to tell you deserve to be there if you're willing to work for it and you're willing to help other people work for it. You're willing to help other people get there. Right? Because it sucks being there by yourself.
It's true. It's not like just because someone has like tons of volume and stuff rolling under them doesn't mean they're going to be up there for the same reasons. It doesn't. There's a lot of different ways to to get on stage, right? I wasn't even somebody who hit bonuses. I wasn't even somebody who like worked technically on Lavelle's radar for that first year to even get fastest growth. Like it wasn't, right? And there's people in between Amanda and I who haven't achieved the same things as Twin and I, or like, you know what I mean? So they're just know that, right? It's literally based on your work and your efforts, right? And I wanted to talk to, like, besides all those things, all those like amazing things, forward thinking and stuff, we're closing up November, right? We're closing up QB Momentum Bonus. It is going to be a really big month end, and kind of leading back to what I was saying, like treat it like it's month end right now, because we're going to have Thanksgiving and all these things. Like it's kind of like we're losing 3 days, like just being real, right? But another thing, like I wrote down on here, is history and habits. Okay, so I was like writing things down, and historically, usually like November and December, it's really weird. Like I've actually had some of my highest checks in these months. I don't know where the hell it comes from. Like I don't know what Lavelle blessed me somehow with some kinds of paychecks, but it feels like it's slow, right? Like I don't know what it is, and like it, like right now, like volume is not the same as it was last year. It's not the same as it was the year before. But I want to like just share something with you, just kind of forward. Like what I remember from December's is, I remember that there would be a week where it's like, okay, we're kind of having momentum, and then all of a sudden it's dead silent crickets for like 7 to 10 days. Like I'm just being completely like honest with you guys, right? So if you guys happen to, I don't know if any of you guys remember this. Do you guys, anybody remember this, of like hearing crickets for like a week in the month of December? It happens, you guys. So don't freak out if it does, because it's just a normal thing, right? People are going to be like, they're going to be thinking about holiday stuff. It's a really weird feeling. It's just like, holy crap, like it's so quiet. Like I've never, like it's just weird. It's a weird feeling. If it
I'm
happens,
actually glad you've said that, because I want to share something with you guys real quickly. Because it was quite a few years ago, I had one of my lowest checks the month of the week of Christmas. And then another year, I had one of my highest checks the week of Christmas. And I was like, what? Where did this come from? Right? So like, I want you guys to understand, we create our own momentum. All right. So, and Lavelle knows that like the economy is weird right now. They know it. And that's why they're dishing out this stuff. So I want you guys, like, I was literally trying to look and see what year it was. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Let's just not 2020. All right. Like was like crazy weird. And it was very high. All right. It was a very, very high. And what was weird about it was that everybody was home. As the world's opened back up and we've made some big shifts, obviously there's going to be adjustments. But it's about every 2 years is what I noticed. We either have a drop or up, drop, up, drop, up. Reason why I say that, 2018, the 2 years before 2020, I had my lowest month in December. Okay. 2 years later, my highest December. This year, we ain't gonna talk about it, right? But you know what that tells me? 23 and 24. That tells me that, okay, here we go. Momentum's about to start. Why? Because we create it. And so just know, like, if you go in and you say, I don't care where you're at right now for the momentum bonus, each one of you can earn it. Each one of you can earn it. If you get focused on VIPs and you have some new people come in and they go VIP 800, VIP 1600 over these next couple weeks, like, or whatever. What's today's date? I don't even know what today's date is. Today is 21st.
Today's the 21st, yes.
Okay, so over the next 9 days, just say over the next 9 days, we don't know what Lavelle is going to bring to the table. We have got auto ships that are going to run, right? But say you help 2 people go VIP 1600. They need it. They need Christmas. They need rent by, the 1st of December, right? Guess what? You're going to help them, because by you doing that, that would mean that you literally just needed to focus on helping their customers and so forth. Like, but just them going VIP 1600, that's $3,200 in volume. And then you just need one more leg to help that person go VIP 800. There's your 4K. 2 VIP 1600s and 1 VIP 800. Focus in on helping 3 people. VIP 800, VIP 1600. Boom, boom. 2 people, VIP 1600, 1 person, VIP 800. And that's all you got to get, you guys. And if you just zone in, who needs to make X, Y, and Z, right? Who would like to make some extra money for Christmas? I'm really focused the last 9 days of the month on helping you. You can do it. And then these Black Friday deals are going to just help propel those people into those bonuses. So speak it into existence and put it out there that you are looking to help 3 people, just 3. That's it, right? And then help those 3 people help people. But you yourself just focus on helping those 3. If you don't have any of your legs, if you have 2 of those legs or 1 of those legs, I know Tina Bo's like real close. I've just been seeing a lot of people post that they're like very, very close. If we're very close to getting one of those bonuses, we want to know. We want to cheer you on. Let's get a post up on the Dream Team page. Somebody like that's crafty or whatever, get a post up. Like, let's cheer you guys each on, because you absolutely can do this. All of us can do it. We just have to get zoned in and focused and not distracted.
I'm so close. I'm like $400 away, but like I need one more leg too. So I'm just like, I'm with you guys. You know what I mean? Like that was my goal. That was my goal and my vision for like the whole team was like, I just wish everyone can get one of these bonuses. Like that's my wish. Like, you know what I mean? Like that was my wish when this bonus started. Whatever it turned out to be, like, whatever.
Well, it's kind of tricky. And I want to encourage each of you guys. It's a lot harder than what you think, right? So because of the way that it's got to be all new volume and coming in from those new legs. So it's a lot harder than what people think. And it's kind of like when we did the re-rank bonus, and like it had to come from these certain new legs and these certain new volumes. And you had like a long time to get that. We didn't have as long of a time to get these. So I don't want you guys to beat yourselves up if you had a harder time getting that. Yes, and you have to have a certain number of legs. So just get focused in on what it is that you need for that goal, just like a little checklist. Like make yourself a little checklist. Okay, I need this promoter, I need this promoter, and then I need this much volume. And this is how that person's going to get. It's like that little roadmap.
We got we have like retail PPA, like, you know, if you have a customer basically that places a first time order, that counts too. And I think I'm my own red leg. I'm not sure, like the way that the dial, I'm like, I've been signing customers, but it's just weird. But either way, I know I'm gonna get it. I'm trying very, very, very hard. I'm gonna get it before the end of the thing. So anyone who's like out there, like going for it, like what Amanda said, like let us cheer you on and stuff. I always like, and this is something that you guys should definitely do, screenshot your dial and send it to your upline, you guys. Like this is like a hack, okay? Like if you guys are kind of feeling stuck at a certain point, just screenshot something and send it. I tell my customers to do this. I tell my promoters to do this. I tell the team, just screenshot it and send it, and then ask, like, what can I do? Right. That is one of the best things you can do. Because we don't know it all. And sometimes an outside perspective, like, have you tried this, and this? It's really, really nice to have a refresher for some of those things, because like, you know, like whatever you've been doing, whatever you've been thinking is kind of getting stale. So like let new ideas come in when it comes to that, right? I want to talk about habits before we run out of time, because we got like 5 minutes left. Because just like, you know, I actually learned this from Angela. We always talk about like mindset and all this stuff. Like we're all hopping on Zoom. It's like mindset, and like all these things, but mindset is great and everything, but you also need skill set, right? Like you need skill set, like VIP, like learning how to VIP is a skill set, some of these things. So, you know, as I was getting into like, if you do reach a week in December where you're like, holy crap, it's crickets, it's so quiet, right? This is the time that you guys take the time to learn new skill sets, right? And me and Amanda were talking about this, like, if it feels like it's kind of slow or whatever, like don't just kick your feet up and be like, all right, well, it's slow, I'm not going to do anything, it's so slow, I'm so unmotivated, or any of these things, right? Put your motivation somewhere else, right? This is the perfect time for you guys to learn some of these things while it's a little bit more quiet. So that's what I would recommend doing in the month of December, or just anytime you kind of feel that, hey, it's kind of quiet. Okay. So learn a new skill set, like whatever that might be, right? We had a bunch of trainings that came out. If it's quiet, like, do you guys know how long it takes to assemble reels? Learn how to do it better, faster, quicker, like, right. Set up little systems for yourself. One of the biggest things and hacks that I could tell you, right? Like get organized in your phone. Like those are little things that you guys can do. That way, like it just makes your life easier later, right?
Yes, like get albums for like the spotlights, like Tiffany just posted the new spotlights or whatever. Get an album for your stories if you're not very good at creating stories. Huh?
What are spotlights?
They're like product spotlights. I just saw them just added. I knew we had them before, but they're new product spotlight sheets. They're on the Dream Team page. They were just posted tonight, I believe. Because I just seen it come up in my news feed. I think it was Tiffany that posted them. You'll see them. If you go to the albums on there, you'll see. And it's just like, they look like stories. Hold on a second.
Yeah, I think I've seen some where it has like the picture and then like some of those things. But you know, when it comes to those two, another tip for you guys, if you guys are posting product spotlights and stuff, go show your face and talk about why you love it, and then post that, right? Or like, you know, preferably you first, like, oh my God, da 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 da. And then boom, you post the product spotlight, because that's more of like facts and stuff they can like read and like kind of like, oh, what was I just watching? Oh, this is what it is. You know what I mean? It's kind of like confirmation and backing you up, not just your word, right?
And I'm glad you said that, because here's the thing. If you just post a product spotlight, people are like, what the heck is this? Okay.
Yeah.
Like, let people know why you want to do it, like why they want to check it out. And then like maybe that post follows after you talking about it, or you taking it, or you being excited about it, right?
It's going to give your viewers clarity, like, oh, that's what she was talking about. Like, here's all these like things. It's almost like third-party credibility right after you. It's just, they don't know where it's coming from, right?
Or
like,
if you have a really killer before and after picture that you see on like somebody's you know, on the Dream Team page, or you see it like on the Lavelle fan page or whatever, you can create stories. And then also one other thing, and this actually came from that training. Again, another good tip that came off that training is that instead of these really big captions, putting them into your reels or put them into your stories. I think Unfold will like literally make an entire story out of things that you can share like your entire, I think it's Unfold. Kaylee, is it Unfold? I know Kaylee knows. Kaylee's good with that stuff, but also Canva does that kind of stuff too. And you don't even have to like really make your stories fancy, you guys. Honestly, I get the most reactions from me, just the video of me, okay, talking to people. I get more comments and interaction on all of those.
Me
So,
too. I
yeah.
usually use Instagram, or like I just write on top of pictures or like things, or I just screenshot things and then write on top of it. Super simple. I mean, just get creative, you guys. And these are things that you guys can learn, right, in the month of December, or if you feel like things are quiet. But we're going to wrap the Zoom up. One last thing, okay? So I really, really am trying to push this. And like, you know, it's technically month end right now, right? And then when December 1st hits, we're going into the gift of growth Zooms. And like plugging into these Zooms and stuff, like I have always taught this to my team, like the Zooms are optional, you guys. All the Zooms are optional, but it is very important for you guys, whether you're new or old, to stay connected, okay? If you guys are not plugging in for an entire week, like you are probably completely like disengaged with the business and lost. I'm going to be straight up with you. Doesn't matter if you're signing up customers and all these things, like there's something you're not being poured into, right? Like you're out there just kind of doing things like aimlessly, like, well, if you know how to like sell to people and all these things, but you're not getting poured into. So I always like to like stress this is just like, you know, plug into Zooms at least 2 to 3 per week, right? At least 2 to 3. I mean, if you're doing more, like I like to stay on to more just because I need to be poured into. If I'm pouring out so much, I need to be poured into just as much, right? So make it like, go grab that, that whatchamacallit, that graphic of the growth, the gift of growth, right? And just like kind of look at it, and you guys can just use your phone and circle which ones are going to be your absolutely, your like non-negotiable ones that you want to hop onto. Maybe leaders that you want to hear from, maybe pick all your favorites, and then maybe pick a couple new ones at the very least. Set that into your calendar, right? That you're going to hop onto those Zooms as your non-negotiables, that's going to be your self-development. Not just like self-development from like out there in the world. These are leaders who have actually built to be like, you know, they are where you want to be one day, right? Like just in so many ways, right? So set those things, right? Like build those habits and stuff, because we can throw out a calendar and be like, there's a Zoom every single day, but are you going to hop on every single day? Right? Are you even going to hop on 2 to 3 times a day? Like really set the tone for yourself. Like I'm going to plug into 2 to 3 of these per week. And like that's, I owe that to myself, right? Like literally the gift of growth, it's a free gift. We have to, like, you know, you guys got to be open to receiving these gifts, right? Anyway, so that is my biggest tip for you guys. It's optional, of course, but like when you guys set a non-negotiable in your mind, like it's going to stick more, right? You're going to be like, oh my God, it's kind of like how we feel about Tuesday leaderships. Like that used to be the Zoom I will never miss, because I want to hear from these things. And this is literally almost like a Tuesday Zoom, but every single day, weekday of the month of December, you guys. Like that's what I picture it as. So I'm really excited for that. But yeah,
Absolutely.
you guys can hop in. Like I know there's going to be a couple of you guys that are literally on probably all of them, right? Like only missing a couple, but
Yep. And if you guys find any podcasts or anything along those lines that are very like helpful for your growth in learning in whatever, don't be afraid to share them on the Dream Team page. Like if you, I know that we can't just let everybody post, okay? Because stuff gets buried. We found that out. So like maybe reach out to somebody that says it and they can tag you and say, hey, so-and-so shared this or something, or we just make a post. Kaylee, can we get a post up that is like a sharing tips post or something, or sharing some kind of post? Maybe, I don't know, you're very creative. Okay, I love you. Thank you for being my brain, because I suck at that stuff. You guys, I'm too wordy, so that's why I'm like, Kaylee, help. She's the organized one, not me. I love you guys. I will talk all day long, so I'm going to hang this up. I will get the recording up ASAP. Jackie, thank you always for bringing it. Okay. So we will get this up, guys. Bye. Have
We'll
a
see
happy
Monday.
Thanksgiving. Yeah.
Oh,
Oh yeah. Leadership call
Katie,
tomorrow.
and also Katie Munz, she was saying in there, she said Black Friday, but she also made a good point of Cyber Monday. And I'm like, oh my God, I wasn't even thinking about a Cyber Monday, but I mean, look out for it. I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, I wasn't
think it's
either. So
about.
that was
I don't
good.
know.
Yeah. All right. Awesome. All right. Bye, guys. Have a good night.